Hey everybody, welcome back to Harman Art TV. In today's video, I'd like to talk about how to prepare for an open call art exhibition. Let's get to this. In categories. So firstly, should you apply? So I think personally for me, I'd want to find out for yourself why you would like to apply and how you think it can help you. And also some artists say that these things are not worth the money and time, as you're not guaranteed the show will be helpful in terms of connecting your art to the right people who are interested in collecting your art. However, generally I've found that having my work shown in public in open exhibitions like these, in the one at Salisbury Cathedral, can be helpful in letting people become more aware of your art. And in the past I've also met people who has actually remembered my art from previous shows, so that has been pretty helpful. And then you can also have the chance to win awards and cash prizes. Previously I had a sculpture selected from the RWA in Bristol, Royal Academy Arts, and they purchased my sculpture, and I found that was a real boost because it just gave me like the confidence in the artwork that I was creating, and it also gave me the funding to keep creating to create new artworks. So those are some of my reasons, why you might consider applying. But I think every artist has their own reason as to why they should or should not apply. So the next section is where to find the opportunity. If you're part of a membership, you can also look into your own memberships. So like I'm part of Access Web, and sometimes they list opportunities on their homepage on their website, so you can find information on there. You can also do online research and type in open art exhibition open calls and see what comes up, whether it's in your local area or international. And there's also another website I think called Parker Harris, and they list opportunities on there, and another website called Art Rabbit, and they also list opportunities on there. So there's quite a lot of different places where you can actually go to have a look to find these opportunities. So if I keep looking down at my phone, got my notes again. I always find that's really helpful. So the next section is which one should I apply for, and things that might help your decision. Maybe think about, are you looking for free exhibitions to apply for, or are they paid applications? Are they open calls with cash prizes? Do they include things like residency opportunities or exhibition opportunities in the future? Are you looking for open calls that can help boost your career and connect to the right people interested in your art? And also think about what kind of art you create. Is it sculpture, painting, photography, installation? Because then this would help you determine which open call to look into. Yeah, and another thing that might help your decision is to look at previous selected artists to get an idea of the judge's taste. Because again, if you're submitting artwork for an open exhibition and it's all installation art, again, that's kind of like telling you that the judges are just interested in that kind of work. So I think from my own experience, that's another useful thing to think about, is think about when you're applying for these things, how does the artwork that the judges have selected in the past for the show, can that artwork, can that style of artwork, can that fit and relate to your own style? And then that can help you determine whether like the show is a good fit for you. Right, so next section, who can apply? Generally, people 18 and up can apply. There are ones specifically for younger people. So that's, you know, that's something that you could potentially think about if you're under 18. And open art exhibitions are usually open to international applications as well. However, some open exhibitions might be limited to artists just in one local area. So that's another thing to bear in mind when you're thinking about who can apply. And then the next one is application of fees. So generally there is an admission fee. In the UK I found it's usually £15 for one artwork and say £25 for 3. Some open calls charge a slightly higher price. I remember there's one, the Royal Academy of Arts in London. If you apply for that open call, it can be like £50, if not more. So for those more like higher end kind of shows, it can be a lot more expensive. For this application, it was really simple. I just applied, I just submitted my artworks and text about the artwork and then all that kind of information, and it was really simple to apply for. Probably took maybe 20 minutes to apply and obviously pay the fees. So it's not really time consuming, but I suppose it could be depending on how much like writing you want to put on your application about, you know, like statement about the artwork. Another thing to think about with the application is to think about the prices for your artwork, because generally open exhibitions will take a commission of anywhere between, let's say, 10 to 30%. So if your artwork is sold at £100 and they take 30%, you're only going to receive £70 from the sale of artwork. So just bear that in mind when applying for these shows, is that generally they will take a commission. There are shows which don't take any commission and they just let the artist keep the whole of the proceeds from the sale. So when you're filling out the application, bear that in mind. What if I am selected? So what can you do? If selected, give yourself time to pack the work for shipping and make sure you print out any labels, and if necessary attach it to the artwork so that the organisers can identify the maker. And there goes the bell. That's the end of the video. Generally, you will need to deliver the work in person. So, like here, we're here in Wales.
You can say the
Welsh Wales.
Small city in England.
Welsh Wales, England, Wales.
No, you just say the smallest city in England.
Smallest. Yeah. So today we're obviously in Wales, which supposedly is the smallest city in England. So we're here today to deliver the work in person. So usually when you apply for these things, you'll need to deliver the work in person. And I think, you know, try to get here early to deliver the work, because usually there's a long queue And so if you get to the front of the queue, that's great because you don't have to hang around too long. And organisers will usually want you to take the packaging with you. So I'd recommend when packing your work, don't make it too complicated. Make it easy for you to carry the work with you or ship it to wherever. And make it easy just to unpack, so you can then easily take the packaging with you back home, take it out of the boxes and leave it in the space. So for example, for my sculpture, I usually pack it in a cardboard box and just pack it in with some bubble wrap and just make it easy to unpack. Yeah, some shows let you use a carrier to deliver your work, but you need to have a look on the application guidelines to see if they allow that. And then another thing is there'll usually be like a private view or like an official opening ceremony, and it will usually be held at the beginning of the show. You get to see your art and meet other people on display, and it's also an opportunity to talk to the curator about maybe like, why did you select my work, and a little bit about what were some of the ideas that you had when selecting the work and things like that. So that can be quite, that can be a good reason. But with private views, I've mostly found that it's usually it's mainly like artists and their families that go to private views. But so I think generally collectors or people interested in seeing the art, they maybe go after the opening or before, when it's more quiet, which kind of makes sense, because if I was thinking, if I was a collector, maybe I'd want to go before the opening or after, when it's more quiet, because then I can have a good look at the art on display. But who knows, it depends on the collector, because they might also want to talk to the maker. Yeah, so anyway, that's a wrap for this video, and I hope it's given you some insights and like understanding, and I hope it's been useful for you in some way. If you've liked this video, feel free to give it a good like, and also don't forget to check out my Patreon, and you get exclusive access to videos. You get to see these videos before they go public, you get merchandise and more. So welcome to check that out in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye bye.